So it says the happiest country in the world. Okay. So now in IELTS, what we have to do in any question, we have to scan and skim. That means we have to look for some specific word and quickly read through to find those words. And when we find those words or similar meaning word, then we go back to this line, and the line in the question we try to match and find the answers. Okay, so here what is the main important word? So if you see the question, so the question says year started, so it's the year and started. So how we can scan year? Normally we know year is a numerical figure, right?
Yes.
So how many numbers we can see here in this text? If you search quickly,
(2008).
2008, yes, we have found only 1 year here, 2008. So you see year started, so started is equivalent to created, see?
Yeah.
So our answer here would be 2008. And the next question says number of countries in its list. Again, so number of countries. Normally, what would be that? That would be numerical figure as well. So if you guess, then what you have to search for in the text? Countries and their numbers, right? So what are the other numbers we see?
Numbers of.
Yes.
About 3.
Yes, 143. Which ranks? You see, if you read carefully what it says here a national level and ranks 143 countries according to their 3 measurements. So here we'll write this answer 143 countries. Okay, so what would be the other next 3? So measures. So here we find measures. So 3 measurements. So measures countries' happiness according to its effect on the dash, quantity of earths dash, the dash of the population that lives happily, and how happy its dash are.
On the
so effect on the, so you have to find something about the effect.
citizens.
Effect on the citizen?
Yeah.
But how can it be citizen? It says the explanation, you see, that is the quantity of arts. So citizen is not quantity of art. So effect, if you come here, impact on. So that is equivalent to effect on. So what is this impacting or affecting on? Environment.
Mm.
So here our answer will be environment. And that is the quantitative arts that it uses. So what it uses? Art. Art is equivalent word of planet. So here we find planets. Planets, what it will use? How much of the planets dash each countries consume? Consume means use. So what it's using? That's what? So planets resource. Each countries consumes. That means use. So here, what are you going to write? You're going to write resource. Got my point? And the other factor they are talking, the dash of the population, that is how long the people live. So how long people live, it's relevant with what? So here they are talking about how long they live here. So here talking about they live. You see how long they live. That is which reflects their health. So that means the health of the population, how long the people live. So here health. So which reflects the health. So health means how long they live. And how happy that is are. So we find happiness here. Their dash happiness. So whose happiness they are talking about? How happy? It's citizens. So here we have to write how happy its citizens are. So they are saying which reflects citizens' happiness. Citizens. Okay.
So, yep, on number one,
Yeah,
I have it as true.
that's true. You're saying true. Yes. So Mao had navigational skills. This is true because you see here if we read first it says that Mao had some unique skills. So at the time you see at the time Mao was the only man alive who knew how to navigate just by only man alive who knew how to navigate just observing the stars. So that means some unique skills. Yes, true. So the second one, Mao was familiar with the sea around Tahiti.
Number one, I have it as true as well.
Number two as true?
Yes.
No, that's not true because you see here he said that he had never before sailed to Tahiti.
Oh, okay. Yep.
He had never. That means he had no idea about Tahiti, which was a long way to the south. Okay,
Yep.
so it's a long way. So it is false.
Oh.
Okay. So now we come to Mao thought it would be difficult to use a compass and charts. What did you say about this?
The voyage took him and his crew a month to complete. He did it without a compass.
Without a compass, yes, he did without a compass, but we don't have any
Okay.
explanation.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you don't know, you are caught between, like, it could be true, it could be false, like 50-50, that
Yeah.
becomes not given, you know.
Yeah.
Because it is true when we know 100% sure that it is given, we find the information. It is false when it's absolutely saying contradictory information. But when it's like 50-50 or we don't have any information about, that becomes not given. Okay, Mao's grandfather was the only teacher or was his only teacher. How about
True.
this? Is true? No, you see, he began the task of teaching him. So Mao's grandfather was teaching him when he was still a baby. But there is no mention of he is the only teacher. Mao could have taken lesson from others as well,
Oh yeah.
because Hawaii's inhabitants can like voyages. So it's we are not absolutely sure that he is the only teacher and first and last teacher. So it's not given as well.
Okay. Number 5. Mao used stone to learn where the star was situated in the sky. So that one is true.
Yes, stones to learn each star's location. Why? Because you see, each stone was laid. So you see, each stone was laid out in stand to represent a star.
Yep.
So Mao used, here you see, circle of stones to memorize position of the stars. So here we find these answers. Yes, position of stars. So this is true. What about the last one?
The last one says the first inhabitants of Hawaii could read and write. So that is true.
No, that's not true, because you see, the voyage proved that Hawaiian first inhabitants came in small boat and navigated by reading the sea. But we don't know they can read and write. This is about literacy, and this is about their skills. They can navigate in the sea by observing the stars. Okay, so that's not entirely true. So this is not given. We don't know their skills, so they can navigate the sea, but we have no idea about they can read and write. Okay, so that's not given. So here we need to use our scan and skim technique. So original name. So we need to talk about the name. So similar, he called. So preliminary. So that means originally. Who worked an invention that called the. That means called the. That means the name of that is magic cube. Okay, so the number one would be originally named the magic cube. So Rubik's cube, if you read further, consists of a smaller, so consists of.
Small like keeps organized. shapes and figures.
Okay, you're saying triangles, but this is Chinese puzzles. He took idea from Chinese puzzles. This is not the answer. So his design, you see here is the answer. His design consists. So his design made up of is equivalent to consist of. So consist of smaller cubes. You see individual smaller cubes. So we have smaller cubes here as well. So a number of smaller cubes organized in how they are organized, layers. It's made up of layers of individual. So it should be number 2 is layers. So number 1 was magic cube. So now almost in a way, the smaller cube can be twisted in almost any way, though not dash. So though not what?
Smaller. Though not.
So it can move almost any direction. So if you read carefully, that's very tricky. Okay. So though not, that means except it can move, which can be moved turned any direction. You see, it says here. Except diagonally. That means though not diagonally. So it has to be diagonally. Diagonally. Okay, the cube's dash is shaped in a way that almost allows so it's shaped in a way that allows the small cubes to move smoothly. So it's talking about moving. So here we see some movement. Proved to be impossible. Together. Then solve the problem by assembling them using a rounded interior. This permitted them to move smoothly. We have found smooth movement. So this, what permitted them? This. Permitted them means allowed. So allowed. What allowed? So this. So he solved the problem by using a rounded interior. So the cube's rounded interior is shaped in a way that allows the smaller cube. So rounded interior is the answer here. Using a rounded interior. So cubes, rounded interior. Yeah. So the color, they're talking about the color now. Different colors, cubes, so that the color on the sides of the large cube. So we need to go for color. You see, we have color here, small cubes. So the object is twist the layer small cubes so that each side large cubes. So we have the large cubes as well. Large cubes was an identical color. So that means cubes so that the colors of the sides of the large cube are large cubes are identical. So here it's a identical color. It needs to be identical. So the manufacturer of the puzzle changed the name of the cube to the name of its dash. So they changed the name.
Okay, so it's toy inventor. Toy
Inventor, yes.
inventor. Yep.
So the manufacturer, they changed the name to its inventor. So we started.
Sold more than
The selling puzzles.
more than any other puzzle in the world.
Puzzle in the world, yes, correct. So I was searching for which line contained 1 million puzzle. The toys renamed. So renamed means changing the name.
Yeah.
To the toys inventor. So here the inventor is its inventor. So name, change the name means rename. So here we'll write inventor. Inventor. And it's sold more than, it has like sold more than 300 million cubes have been sold worldwide. So it has now sold more than any dash in the world. So it's the best selling what? So best selling, it's the best selling puzzle. So the puzzle. So best selling means sold more than anything. So puzzle. Best selling puzzle. So it's puzzle is the answer. Now it's called matching. So matching is the information they're saying this type of information is present in which
The readings.
paragraph. Yeah. So A to H, we have A to H paragraph here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So the number one question says the three type of people who need to read more quickly. You see they underline type of people read quickly. So what are the people who reads quickly? What type of people need to read quickly? So we have to quickly skim and
Slow readers.
slow readers?
Yeah, that's G.
No, slow readers, they are talking about who are the slow readers, but what type of people who need to read more quickly? Who need quick reading? So here you see in the B, it says professional workers. So you see professional workers here. Professional workers need reading skills to help them get through many documents every day. Can you read?
Readers.
See, professional readers, and this need to read need reading skills to help them get through many documents every day. While students under pressure to deal with assignments may feel they have to read more and read faster all the time. So here we have B. No, yes. What is this? Professional reader, yes, number B. So the answer is here. We'll write B. So what are the people? The fast reading speeds, the fastest reading speed. So they are talking about the fastest reading speed, highest reading. Fastest reading speed. So here in the column A, if you in the paragraph A, you see Speed reading is not just about reading fast. The world champion. So who is the fastest? Who could be the fastest? The champion. You know who is the champion? World champion is the fastest of anything. So world champion speed reading competition says its top competitors average between 1000 to 1200 and 1200 words per minute. 1000 to 2000 words per minute, sorry. So the fastest reading speed is, what is the fastest reading speed? This is the fastest reading speed, 1 to 2000. So this information is contained in paragraph A, right? You read further.
A. Paragraph A.
Okay, so here is another important information. You may use any letter more than once. So that means any of the paragraph may contain two answers. Okay, so because it says you can use any option, any letter more than once. So how a reader can become confused? What makes reader confused?
E. Paragraph E.
Okay, so the confuse. So if we read, so confusing is muddling over the overall reading of the subject. So if you see muddling there, overall reading. So muddling means mixing it up. So why they are losing it? Because they are reading small blocks of words and he or she will skip back and often and losing the flow and structure of this text and muddling over the overall understanding of the subject. So understanding. So they don't develop overall understanding. So it's like getting confused. So the answer is actually this G. So why the reading material should be interesting?
H.
Yes, because it says if you enjoy reading, you will make quicker progress. So that means to get quicker progress, it needs to be interesting. Yes. Number H, you are correct. So a definition of speed reading. Definition of speed reading, or what is speed reading? If we go, you see the first paragraph clearly defines like speed reading is not just about reading fast. It is also about how much information you can remember when you have finished reading. So they talked about what is actually the speed reading. So it's number A again. So you see we are using option A twice. Now we come to Number 6. What you should consider before you start reading.
What you should- C.
Yes. So it's C, what you should consider before you start reading. Although there are various methods to increase reading, okay? Okay. So what information you want first? The trick is deciding what information you need first. So consider before you start reading. So that means first preference. For example, if you want to rough outline, then you skim the material. Yeah, correctly. If you point it out, see. Yeah, that's good.